crocheters, fibre artists, knitters. Hello. If you don't know who I am Ducky Crochet. I am a chronically ill crafter, as I like to say. I like to crochet in my free time, mainly plushies, but slowly getting into clothing. And today we have some very exciting things happening. Today is May 3rd, and on the 9th we have our very first market. So yes, left this to the very last minute. I definitely do not have the stock, so I have the next 6 days to make as many things as I can. Like, I have a few things from my Etsy store, so I will be using some of that, and I will be making new things. So yes, today is Saturday. I have until Friday. A little bit about this market. It is for Mayfest, which from my understanding is a German holiday to celebrate the coming of spring. Now, I'm Australian, so it's not coming into spring for us, it's coming into autumn, but it's still a thing. So yes, this is the Mayfest market. It is a night market as well, and it is being held by the local German club. Now, I was able to do this market because it is free, so I don't have to pay any like booth fees or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about making back that money. But it's still a bit nerve-wracking for me because this is my first market. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what it's going to be like either, because it's not one of the regular markets that happen monthly here, but I guess we'll play it by ear. So, first things first, I have to go through the current stock that I have and make a list of that. And then I guess from there I will add bits and pieces. I'm also going to Kmart tomorrow to buy some market stall things like signs and like chalkboard things, just to make my booth a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and matching the vibe. If you haven't seen me on social media, I have very much a pastel vibe. My logo is literally my favorite color, which is periwinkle, by the way. Like, it's very much a pastel spring vibe, which is why I thought this market would be perfect, because Mayfest. I'm also going to be making a few other things as well. My main goal is to use up some of my yarn stash. I do have a lot of acrylic yarn that I don't typically use anymore, because blanket yarn is where it's at. Okay, but that's enough rambling for now. I am going to make a list and try and figure out what stock I do have, and I think go from there, because my first market, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know what to expect. So yes, so that's what I'm going to do. So here is a drawer of some items that I have. I do have more up in my bookcase. These ones here I mainly made for Etsy photos, but I will be adding them into the market. I also have some whips here as well. You can't really see because the lighting is not great, but that's what I'm kind of working with. I do have more in my bookcase, like I said though. And I have 6 days to make some more, so I'm going to be crocheting like mad. So I have written down some things in this very nice book. Also, Jack has joined the party. Hi, Jack. So I don't think I'm going to make any more triceratops. I'm definitely going to be making more bunnies. It is a spring market after all, but I currently have one in pink, yellow, blue and mint, so I need to make more. I want at least 2 of each colour. They work up pretty quick. They're very easy to make. Now, velvet cats, I have 2 in gold and 1 in dusty pink. Now, the issue with these velvet cats is the yarn that I did use has now been discontinued. That was the Lion, I think it was the Lion brand Velux, but I used the gold and the dusty pink for that. I know I have a little bit left. I might be able to make 1 more of each. I thought I only had the pink octo. Turns out I have a blue one as well. It was just sitting up there. From what I've seen from other crocheters, octos are really popular. Turtles, I'm getting there with them. I have a whip of a green and cream one, and then I have a pink and green one sitting up behind me somewhere. They're only small because they're acrylic, but I do have a jumbo one as well that is a whip. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I do have a jumbo triceratops as well that I'll be putting up. Duck sleeper, I have 1 of those. Okay, we've got 1 hanging triceratops as well in pink. I have 3 donuts from when I first started crocheting as a way to learn increasing and decreasing. I don't know, because at the moment they look a little plain. I have 1 chocobo. For those who don't know, chocobos are from Final Fantasy. The pattern that I do have for it, it is very cute, but the thing is, if you don't know Final Fantasy, you're not going to really recognize it, so I don't know how well they are going to sell. And then lastly, we've got the cat ear beanies. I have not finished a single one. I think tonight, that's going to be the mission for tonight, is to make all of the triangles and sew them on. But we have sage green, blue, lilac, and purple. I also have other things, like I got some bees, I have an axolotl. The only issue is that they're not my best work, not gonna lie. Like the bees' wings are a little bit wonky and everything, so I might just sell them at like a cheap price just so I've got product, so it fills up more of the table. But I think that is a good start. Another thing with this market is like the one condition it has is to bring a small item for a future raffle. Like a small triceratops, like that's nice and easy, nice and small, nice and cutesy. That's all I need to do for this market. Table is provided, chair is provided, and they're giving me a drink. I think that's it for me tonight, because I'm getting tired and fatigued. I can feel it. Hello, hello, it is the next day. It is Sunday the 4th of May, so happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. I got a little bit done last night. I ended up having a friend come over, so I didn't get to record. And today has been a little bit of a fatigue day, but I've been pushing through. We've been okay. I've still managed to do some things. So I finished the turtle, one of the turtles. It's just a basic cream coloured body with a green shell, very classic. Then I'll have that pink and green one for like a little bit of something different. But this one is done. He is so cute. Embroidered some little blush on there. He turned out so cute. So cute. So incredibly cute. Nice and small, but also like, I don't know, he's just the perfect hand size. He's so cute. So that is one thing that I've done. I finished him last night and then I pretty much just went to bed after that. But this morning when I did wake up, I made the triangles for the cat beanie. Total of 8 of them because there are 4 beanies, 2 ears on each, so there are 8. So I will be sewing these on tonight. Then I've got those beanies out of the way, they're done, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. And then I did say that I was going to finish the jumbo turtle as well. I didn't end up getting to it because I ran out of stuffing. It's a tangled mess at the moment with this skein, like it's it's falling apart. This is what I have so far. Just need some stuffing, and I think there's like 2 or 3 rounds in that. That's pretty much almost done. That will take me like 15 minutes at most. This one I did also do some coloured safety eyes as well. I did like a green to match the body and then the blush as well. So this guy here, this jumbo one, he is made out of Motivera blanket yarn. One thing about Australians is that our like local craft store, it doesn't necessarily sell blanket or chenille yarn. The chenille yarn that it does have is just an 8-ply, I believe. So we do have a very selective amount. We're gonna finish him because I have the stuffing now, and then after that I think we'll either make a turtle or a bunny. Bunnies are a little bit quicker than turtles, so I might actually do that first. We'll see how I feel about that, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But this does need to be done. I have 5 days till the market, so I really need to like start pushing through and just getting stuff out. So yeah, I think that is where we're at right now. I also forgot to say this before with the stuffing. This is like a life hack for anyone who crochet or knits or needs stuffing. Instead of buying a 1 kilo $30 bag of stuffing, I go to the thrift store and I buy the ugliest looking soft toys that I can find for like 50 cents. I get them and I use the stuffing inside of these. That way it's like repurposing and stuff, and it is a lot cheaper to do it that way. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut him up, use his stuffing, the M&M guy. Let's get to crocheting. Let's get that out of the way. It is Tuesday, the 6th of March. My market is on Friday. I didn't film yesterday. I wasn't having a good day health-wise. I spoke about it previously in my last video, but I have POTS and chronic fatigue syndrome. So, you know, I have my good days and bad days. Today I have been pretty productive, I think. As you saw, I finished my jumbo-ish turtle. These guys are literally my favorite thing to make because they end up so cute. Everyone loves them. They're so soft. Oh my god. I made one months ago for myself, same colours and everything as well, and it's just they're so cute. They're so cute. So that's that one. Also, I do apologise for the mess. You know, I have been crocheting in bed. Then I have this beanie. I have started putting the ears on, but that's one cat beanie done. Then I finished this one last night when I was crocheting, and then I did this one this morning. So those are 2 more bunnies done. But what I'm working on at the moment is I started on the second duck sleeper. That I'm hopefully gonna finish tonight. But we have a little collection going and it is getting closer and closer to the date and I am nervous. I did email the coordinator today just to ask about the size of the area and the table that is provided. The table that is being provided is 6 foot, which is not bad. It's a nice size for my products and it's not too big, not too small. I think it would be good. I think it would be a good size. The last thing I wanted to update you on as well is I bought some elastics, hair ties, whatever you'd like to call them, to make some scrunchies because they are going to be nice and easy to whip up and that would take up a good portion of my stall. I don't know, I do have a whole list of things that I do want to make on my laptop, so maybe I'll just pick and choose what ones I should do and kind of go from there. But that's tonight's update, I guess. We'll see how I do tomorrow, because tomorrow I go back to work after being off for like a month. So we'll see how I feel after work and see if we can get some more crocheting done then. So yeah, if I don't check in again tonight, I'll check in tomorrow and give you an update on everything. But I'm going to get back to crocheting the duck sleeper and maybe some more bunnies. We will see. It is now Thursday, which means that the market is literally tomorrow. In less than 24 hours, I will be setting up and doing my market and stuff. So yesterday, again, I didn't film. I was too tired after work and I just could not be bothered. I did a little bit of crocheting, not as much as I should be doing. So today is gonna be all about catching up and doing as much as I possibly can before tomorrow. Luckily the market is at night, so I don't have to stress too much about completing things, but it is, you know, kind of concerning that I have not done as much as I'd like to do. On a more positive note, after work today I did get my Kmart stuff and a few other bits and bobs, and I thought it would be cool to go through everything that I ended up getting. So the first thing that I have is these bamboo tier shelves. I have seen a lot of market vendors use these types of shelves to kind of put their little objects on. I thought it would be perfect for maybe my triceratops or bunnies, so I kind of have them laid out like that. Then I've got this velvet stand. It's a tall velvet stand, and my idea was to put the rear view mirror car triceratops on these and have them hanging. I just thought it was really cute and it kind of adds more depth to my market setup. Then you might have seen in the background just there that I've got this massive DIY letterboard. I'm gonna put my social media on that because it's nice and big and very easy to read. I think it would just be a really good addition to have. Again, kind of adding the depth to my market setup. Then I also have this package of other smaller items. I haven't opened it yet, but I obviously know what's inside of it. I have these very small collapsible containers. They're just all crates that like kind of pop up. I do have a few bigger ones on my bookshelf over there that I will probably use as well. I thought it would be really cute for scrunchies, but I might use the bigger ones. I'm not too sure about that yet because they're a lot smaller than what I thought they'd be. But that's okay, I will have a use for them. Then I have these 2 blackboard stands, chalkboard stands, whatever you'd like to call them. They're just a little wood stand with the blackboard on it, and I bought 2 of them. One is going to have like my logo or my name, you know, Ducky Crochet, in like a cool little font, and the other one is just going to be about commissions or customs. So to go along with these, I bought something else as well, because I don't want to just use chalk. I want it to look a little bit more presentable than just white chalk. So I got these liquid chalk markers. They come in a whole bunch of, the light is reflecting, I am so sorry. They come in a whole bunch of different colours, as you can see, so I can really shake it up. But I'm very, very excited to use this one because it's periwinkle, and as you know, I'm obsessed with periwinkle. But honestly, even this dark green one is really nice. Like this one here, that one's really nice. I guess I will see how it goes. And I also have some velvet that I'm going to use as like a tablecloth, just some fabric that I'll put out. And I think for my first market, that's a pretty good start with my display. Now, because I have 24 hours to get literally everything done, including the signage, I have made a list of things that I have to crochet and get done. We are going to start with scrunchies because they are nice and easy to make. So I think I'm going to start on those, see how long it will take me for that, and then maybe add more. Can you tell from the absolute mess in the background that today's market day? So I spent the morning prepping all of the signs and doing all of that, so that's all sorted. Now it's just going through my stock one last time and seeing what I have currently. I will go through that with you guys and I will tell you the prices. Just as a disclaimer though, all the prices are in AUD. If I am smart enough, I will put the USD in there in somewhere on here on the screen. So let's go through the small items first. First up, we have 2 donuts for $5 each. I did have a third one. It disappeared overnight. I don't know where it's gone, but we've got 2 here. Just basic little donuts for something if someone is interested. Just $5, nice and cheap. I just kind of want to get rid of them because they haven't had a use for me. I have just found a crochet kit that I have been looking for 6 months because I lost it, and I have now found it. So yay me. That's good job. Good job, Ducky. And is that my... oh my god. My 3.5mm. I have lost this. Oh my god. Literally spent an hour the other day looking for it. Oh my god. Okay. So we have 2 octos for $10. These octos I made probably a year ago, and I did alright, but I know that if I were to do octos now, my crochet ability has improved, so it would look a lot different, but I know someone will be happy with these, so I'm just putting them at $10. Then we have Mr. Axolotl for $10. He is the only axolotl that I have made. Again, if I were to make this pattern, I would definitely be better. I'm not too fussed if he doesn't get sold. It's just axolotls are popular, so it will just bring attraction to my store. So that's Mr. Axolotl for $10. Then we have 3 of my velvet cats. I don't make these anymore because the yarn has been discontinued, but they're nice and small and squishy, and because they're quick and small, I'm only selling them for $10. Next, I am absolutely in love with how these turned out. These are the scrunchies that I was whipping up last night. These are so cute. Now, I haven't weaved in all of the ends yet, but that can be done. That is nice and easy. So I'm selling these for $10 each as well. Next, we have my acrylic bunnies. These ones whip up quick as well, and they are no-sew, which I love. And the ears are just so floppy. 1 in yellow, 1 in mint, and then 2 in pink, and then 2 in blue. And these ones I am selling for $15 each. Okay, next we have my Triceratops. These ones I have 10 of them, and they are going for $15 as well. I kind of got a rainbow aesthetic going on with these ones. I am actually so mad the camera stopped working. It just got rid of like 15 minutes of footage, and now the tripod is askew. I did say a commentary about all of these before, but I I gotta crank this out quick. I've got two bees. One is bigger than the other. The small one I'm selling for 15 and the big one I'm selling for 20. Then I've got the two turtles that I am selling for 20 as well, the small turtles. Then I have 3 duck sleepers. There's 2 that are going to be $25 and then one that's going to be 30 because it was slightly bigger. Then we've got 2 hanging triceratops, one pink, one red, and they're both going to be $25. Then we've got 2 jumbo triceratops for $40. One chocobo from Final Fantasy, that is going to be $45. One cat ear beanie that is going to be $50. And then the jumbo turtle, which will be $60. I think I got all of that. I'm not too sure, but it is what it is. I really got to get going, so I will see you guys at the market. I will be filming on my phone, so I don't know how good the quality will be, but I will try and get some footage. Get my little present for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, how cute.
You want a bunny? I don't know how good that footage was of me setting up, but I have made 3 sales. I made my first sale within 15 minutes of the market opening. It was from this little girl's mum, who also has a stall, a crochet stall here, and she bought a bunny from me, so yay, that's one bunny. Then I sold a turtle to this little girl who was giving it as a Mother's Day present to her mum, and then I sold the axolotl, which I'm kind of surprised about. I'm kind of surprised that I sold the axolotl. But yes, there is one other crochet stall and their stuff is so cute. But yeah. Hello, it is now Saturday, the day after the market. When I got home last night, I basically just crashed and slept. So I wanted to talk about the market a little bit. As you know, it was the Mayfest market. The setup that they had was absolutely beautiful, and it was small. I would have to say there was about 20 or so stalls, which is okay. It was only going to be a small market, but there was a lot of variation of different crafts and different things that were being sold. So overall, it was really good. There was one other crochet stall there, and it was run by these 3 little girls, probably around 10 or 11. And they were really sweet as well, and we did talk about crocheting and everything, and I gave them a follow, and they followed me back as well, they were just really sweet. They were very nice. It started off really strong, but within, I guess, 3 hours or so, it did become really quiet. There was just a lot of rain, and it was starting to get late, so not as many people were showing up. But for a first market, it did go well in my eyes. My goal was to sell 3 items, and I ended up selling 6 items, which is good. Because I didn't have to pay a booth fee or anything like that, I ended up making $70 profit. For a first market that was quiet, that was actually really good. Okay, so let's go through the items that did sell. My first sale happened within the first 15 minutes of the market, and it was one blue bunny. The lady that bought it was actually the mum of the girls in the other crochet store. So I really liked that she was supporting other crochet businesses as well. The second item that sold was the mint? Was it mint? I would say it was mint. The mint and pink small turtle, and that was bought by this little girl for a Mother's Day present. The third thing that sold was actually the axolotl. I'm very surprised that one sold. It was definitely an eye catcher, and a lot of people were looking at that one. So because of that, I think I'm going to make more axolotls in the future. That was also sold to another market vendor. Another thing that sold that I was surprised about was the donut, and it was the white and brown donut. And my last sale was the 2 marigold velvet kitties, velvet cats. They sold for $10 each, so that total sale was $20, and that also went to a little girl who was very, very happy about that. So for having a very small market and not having much foot traffic, it was really well. I was put right at the front, which I think was the perfect spot for my stall. Because as people walked in, especially with little kids, they would see the cats, the turtles, the triceratops, the bunnies. It did gain a lot of attention, and I'm very happy with that. I think the things that I got to learn from this market is that even though there are some items that I didn't think would sell, someone will like them. There is someone out there who would appreciate that certain item. And I think the one other thing that I have to learn from this is don't stress. I was stressing a lot, especially with the last couple of days, just trying to make sure that I have enough stock. In the end, it did end up being enough, just the perfect amount of space that I had. It fit everything on there. Like as you saw in the video, the table was pretty much full. But I think it went really well, and I think there would have been more people if the rain wasn't so bad. But it was good, it was nice, and I think that was a really good first market just to build up experience. And overall, I am happy with it. Now at this stage, I don't know if I'm going to have another market anytime soon, but if I did have another market within the next couple of months, I do have plenty of stock. I'm going to put everything up as a listing on my Etsy, and maybe that way people will find a home for that as well. So for the next week or so, I'm going to be taking photos and just putting up listings one by one, and of course posting about that on my Instagram and potentially even TikTok. But that pretty much wraps up this video. All of my social media will be down in the description, all of the links and everything for Instagram, TikTok, and my Etsy store. Also, if you have any recommendations for future videos, I'm very open. I do have a few more ideas. Like I'm going to be reorganizing all of this now that the market is over. So if you want to see that, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.